Tomorrow's headlines today. Good afternoon, Klamath Basin. It's Thursday, October 11th, 2018. I'm Kurt Liedtke with the Herald and News. Here's a preview of stories that you can find in tomorrow's edition of the Herald and News. These are tomorrow's headlines today. The Oregon Secretary of State's office approved a petition last week filed by a group of Lake County citizens to recall their elected district attorney, Sharon Forster. The document, filed by Chief Petitioner Barbara Simpson, includes two main reasons for the potential recall. It alleges that Forster spends an inordinate amount of time away from her office, which causes her to appear unprepared in court. The petition also claims that her recent practice of blocking Lake County's only elected judge, Robert Nichols, from presiding over all criminal cases is unjustified. In their statement of demand for the recall, the group claims her practice of blocking Nichols' cases has caused unnecessary inconvenience for victims, witnesses, and attorneys affected by the practice. Petitioners need 480 signatures within 90 days for the recall to be eligible for a vote and claim to have already collected over 300. Malin City Council on Tuesday evening denied an appeal issued by a property owner seeking to have their lots changed from commercial to residential zoning. In May, property owner Roy Carroll petitioned the Malin Planning Commission to rezone the properties from commercial to residential so that he could build new family homes, including his retirement home, while leaving a corner lot vacant for possible future commercial interests. The request was denied by the commission, citing a public works report identifying a minimal amount of commercial zoned property still available within city limits per the community's comprehensive plan. Carroll is now taking his appeal to the state level and claims racial bias, intimidation, and influence by planning commission and city council heads throughout the application and appeal process. Motivational speaker Reggie Dabbs shared his thoughts and inspiration with Klamath County students this week, ending his tour Wednesday afternoon at Lost River Junior-Senior High School with the clear message, "Don't you give up." Tuesday, he visited Henley Middle School, Henley High School, Brixner Junior High, and Mazama High Schools. Wednesday, he was in Chiloquin, Bonanza, and Lost River. Through personal stories, song, and music, he does play a mean soprano saxophone. He challenged students to believe in themselves and each other. He talked about secrets, fears, and the mask young people wear to hide themselves from the world. There's much to see along two new trails that were completed earlier this year as part of the ever-expanding Spence Mountain Trail System. The Shoalwater and Old Eagle Trails combined to make the 4.5-mile loop from the Shoalwater Bay Trailhead. Unlike most of the Spence Mountain trails adjacent to Highway 140 that are designed for more experienced mountain bikers and hikers, the new trails are rated for beginners with more gradual grades. The two new trails are part of 11 miles of new trails open this year, upping the trail system to 28 miles. And those are just a few of the stories you can find detailed in the Friday, October 12th Herald and News. Be sure to follow us online via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and of course, heraldandnews.com. You can also subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and Google Play Music. Be sure to check back each day for the latest podcasts, videos, and breaking news impacting the Klamath Basin, and thanks for listening.